Good evening, Facebook. Grace here. I just want to do a follow-up live stream to my earlier one. I went to the 49th Precinct National Night Out. I had a table there for my organization, which I had other people sitting there. And I had some of my campaign material, my little cards that I made, out on the table. And who comes over right away to say, no, you can't have that on the table? That was Phyllis Nastasio. Tis. First thing. Not, hey, how you doing? We really wouldn't let, nothing. Just can't have that there. I said, really? So I took it, and I went around to talk to people, and I gave people my material. Next thing she has is the young one from Community Affairs, I keep forgetting his name, could come over to speak to me. He tells me, well, I've been getting a lot of complaints about you handing out material. I said, complaints from who? Tiz? He said, I can't say who did it, but I'm getting a lot of complaints. I said, look, whoever's complaining, tell them to just relax. So this was at my 49th Precinct Community National Night Out, okay? In my precinct, my area, where I was being attacked and harassed. To top that off, just to show the bias of who they like and who they don't like, Phyllis and Hazel and the rest of y'all, they lined up all the community organizations. You had AIM, you had Pelham Parkway Neighborhood Association, you had Allerton Homeowners Association, you had Van Ness Neighborhood Alliance, you had all the good, all the ones that they like, lined up next to each other, okay? Where did they put me and my organization? On the other side, not even near anywhere there, okay? Me and also Friends of Pelham Parkway, they put on the opposite side. So this just goes to show the bias that is there. And this is why leadership needs to change at that precinct council. This was a public event. They had no right to tell me that I could not hand out my campaign material. It's a public event. If that's the case, then anybody who's running, whether they're an incumbent or not, should not have any of their stuff out there. John Zaccaro did. Christie did. Well, I don't really care about that. But, you had Vanessa Gibson had her stuff there. She's running for office. Even though she's the incumbent, she's still a candidate. Okay? So I just want to say this so that people understand that the bias and the favoritism that happens in the precinct council, in this precinct period, but especially in the precinct council, by those so-called leaders that don't like to include certain people. They always try to push us to the side. I'm not having it. So I think I'm going to make a complaint to 1PP about this because it's a public event. It's not a private event. It's a public event. All through the nation, all precincts, all police stations are having a national night out. It's a public event. I went to the 40th Precinct National Night Out. I went to the 41st National Night Out. And I went to the 42nd. That's all I could get to because my person who was driving me had to go home. Otherwise, I was going to hit all of them. And you know what? Not one of them says, no, you can't do that here. They were happy that I was there. They embraced me. So this is just to show how biased and how unprofessional and how they treat people. How they treat people they like and how they treat people that they don't like or they have some kind of vendetta against. You know what? If you're in a leadership position, right, and you don't like somebody, tough noogies. You still got to treat them with the same respect you treat your other people with. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I know they don't like me. I don't care. Okay, when they paid my bills and put clothes on my back and food on my table, then we'll talk. Other than that, I don't care. So I know I'm not going to get any support from them for my campaign. I know who they support. They support the people that cause the problems in this community and in all the communities. I mean, it was such a difference. What a difference going to those other national night outs. Nothing near what the 49th precinct had. Nothing near that. And it wasn't a great, they didn't have, they ended early. They didn't have bouncy houses. They didn't have, just nothing. Nothing. They had practically nothing. They had some hot dogs that they were giving away. I was like, no, I'm good. I didn't need to eat. But just to show the difference between a more affluent area and the South Bronx. Now, it shouldn't be that way. All national night outs should be equal. And another thing, none of the elected officials from those areas were there. There was no table, and Vanessa, as Bronx Borough President, should have had a table at every national night out in the Bronx. Whether she was there, I know she went to one, but the other two I went to, never saw a hide nor hair of her. She never showed up. So she picks and chooses where she wants to go, what's going to benefit her. Not what's going to benefit the community, what's going to benefit her. And that's not right. That's not right. She neglects certain areas to cater to other areas that she knows are going to help get her elected. Like the Morris Park area. And make no mistake about it. The Morris Park area, the majority of them are probably going to vote for Vanessa because they like her. She gives them money. See how that works? So, I'm just saying this not... Listen, I'll do my thing, okay? I'm going out there talking to people for my campaign, but I don't have any illusions as to... And I have a lot of supporters in my district here, just so you know. But certain people, certain so-called leaders, community leaders, I know who they're not. I know they don't support me. I know that. And it's okay. You know what? That's fine. You want to keep... But these are the same people that bitch the loudest about the conditions of the community and what's not being done. These are the first ones to complain. The same ones that keep voting these people in are the ones that complain the loudest about the state of affairs. That's what they do. And I know who everybody is. I know who they are. One of the reasons they don't like me is because I call them out on it. Okay? I speak my mind. Everybody should speak their mind. You should never be afraid to speak your mind. Whether you get ostracized or mistreated or harassed or treated like a bastard stepchild or something, whatever. That's why they don't like me. That's right. They're all followers. They're not leaders. They pretend. They're pretend leaders. As long as they have their little titles and their little 15 minutes of fame or whatever, they're happy. And they do more damage to this community than anybody else can do. So go ahead and keep on voting for those people. Okay? Keep voting for the same people you complain about constantly. Complain ad nauseum. About this, about the smoke shops, about the bikes, about the scooters, about the This is what they do. But when it comes time to elect, instead of changing how they vote, they keep voting for the same people. A lot of them are pretend Republicans. You have people that say, oh, I registered Democrat so I could vote in the primary. What kind of sense does that make? That makes no sense. It makes no sense to me at all. Who cares if you vote in a primary? I personally think primaries are just another scam for the people the people who have the primaries. The Democrat Party this year had a primary. It's a way for them to get the people they want in. They want you to vote for. That's all a primary is. That's it. Why have a primary? Why not just let whoever gets on the ballot, let them go straight to November? And it's another scam because now you're using resources. Now you have early voting and more voting, primary. That's more money. You're paying poll workers, you're paying coordinators, you're paying for this, da-da-da, and everything that an election entails. That's all money, taxpayer money, being used for that. I don't think there should be primaries. Whoever gets on the ballot should just go straight to November and let the people decide. Why do you have to decide twice? This is the game that the Democrats play, Democrat leadership. The people on the ground don't know. Most of them don't know any better because they're always told lies. They're not told the whole truth of how things are. They're not. I was a Democrat myself my whole life till a few years ago. And once I got into politics and I started paying attention, I saw and I learned. And I continue to learn. This is why I say it's not the politics that's dirty, it's the people. The people that have been running this for decades are dirty. And they keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I know I, for one, am tired of the same old, same old. And everybody I speak to is tired of the same old, same old. And I tell people, it's not about party. Because I'm up front. I tell people, I'm on the conservative and Republican line, but it's not about party. It's about getting things done, what's right for the community. And these people that are in office now don't care about the community. I saw it firsthand tonight, the lack of resources, even for a national night out. They had nothing. Very little. So little that they had to end early. So one ended like at 7:30. Another one was winding down. The last one I went to, 42nd Precinct, I think it was a little bit after 8, and they were still going, but they were winding down. So, the stark difference between the resources that the 49th Precinct had and the resources that the other precincts had is night and day. Night and day. As Bronx Borough President, I will make sure that there is a table from the Bronx Borough President's office there. And somebody will be at all the Precinct National Night Outs. Not just a select few. That's called nepotism. Well, that's not nepotism. That's favoritism. Okay? I would make sure that at every National Night Out, the Bronx Borough President's office would put a table there and have someone there to field questions and take about things that are necessary. Maybe they have complaints. Maybe they need something. I've spoken to one woman there that she's on the community board. I'm not going to say who, but she said she's been reaching out to the borough president's office for 2 years. She got nothing. They don't call her back. She's been doing certain things. So she's a community leader. She's a parent leader. And she's been doing her own thing regardless. And I told her, I said, keep doing what you're doing. Don't wait on them to help you. You could probably do better, more, with just yourself and getting outside resources. And I asked her if she knew Kenny Agosto. She said, oh yeah, I love Kenny. Everybody loves Kenny. I told her, I said, then get on his ass and tell him to help you. Get you the resources that you need. The attention that you need for these issues that she's been trying to get to them for years now. That's unacceptable. They're not being heard. They're not being listened to. They're being ignored. And this is why people, especially in the South Bronx, are fed up. Everybody I spoke to agreed with me that they're tired of the same old stuff going on. And I tell them, I'm a Bronx girl. I'm from the Bronx. Vanessa's from Brooklyn. I said, right there, that should tell you everything. I said, I'm a community person. I have no big dollars behind me. I have, I'm still trying to get donations. So if anybody out there wants to donate, you can go to my contribute page. Hey, Bullet. And I need some monetary. I need money. I need money to print up certain things and pay people, for example, to drive me here and there for gas at least. I can't do anything. Unfortunately, you need money for those things, and I need help financially with that. But I just wanted to get on this because I'm very pissed off about Tiz telling me that I can't have my campaign material out, and then for her sending the police over to me to have a talk with me. I'm like, listen, you're playing with the wrong one, okay? It's a public event. It's a free country, okay? And I am going to call 1PP and make a complaint about it because that is just not right. First of all, you put me up in nowhere's land, my table. Not with the community organizations. That just goes to show what they think of me. I know what they think of me. Just goes to show how they treat the people they like a certain way, and the people that they don't want to be bothered with, they treat another way. They tolerate me. You know why they tolerate me? Because I have a big mouth and I don't shut up. Because I'll be in your face every time you try to shut me up. It's not going to happen. Get that through your heads, people. Learn it now. You're not going to shut me up. You're just going to make me go more. Okay? Keep doing what you're doing. We'll see who laughs last. So, with that, I guess I'll say good night. It was a nice event. And again, the people I spoke to at the 49th Precinct National Night Out, again, liked what I had to say. It's just a shame that somebody from the community gets harassed from their community, so-called leaders. So, just want to leave you with that little tidbit there. Think about who your leaders are. I could spill tea on all of them, okay? Private message me and we'll talk. But at some point, if they don't stop harassing me, and they don't stop trying to disrespect me, I will be saying things publicly. Okay? So I'm tired of it. I put up with it to keep the peace. I know they can say whatever they want behind my back, but when they overtly disrespect me, then we have a problem. And so we have a problem now. Okay? So I hope everybody has a good night. Hey, Paulette. How you been? Thanks for watching. Roxanne, Franchi. And anybody else who's on there that I can't see. I don't know. Some people might say, well, you shouldn't really say those things because it's going to hurt your chance with your campaign. No, it's not going to hurt my campaign. It's not, because this is me. What you see is what you get. I'm truthful. I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. Okay? I'm not going to do it. I tell you how it is. Now, whether you like it, you don't like it, that's on you. That's your choice. You cannot like me. You can like me, and that's fine. That's good. We can agree to disagree. But when you get in my face and tell me at a public event that I can't do something, then we have a problem. Now you're disrespecting me to my face. And I'm not going to shut up about it. So let me go because I'm about to, I need to go to bed. I'm tired. And why is my phone not charging? God bless it. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. And remember what I said. Watch who these so-called leaders are. Watch what they say. Talk to them. Keep your ears open and listen carefully. You need to know how to read between the lines because they're all a bunch of phonies. Most of them are phonies. I can name on one hand who aren't the phonies. The rest of them are phonies. So I'm going to say goodnight now. Thanks for watching. And if I have anything else to say, I'll come back. But probably not tonight because I'm tired. Okay? That's it for now. I'll see you at the next one. Actually, I'm supposed to go to an event tomorrow. I'm going to go to Salamanca's event tomorrow. And I'm going to hand out my materials there. We're going to see what happens if he knows who I am. We'll see what happens if he says anything. But again, it's a public event. So I dare you to say I can't do something. Okay? It's a public event. With that, I'm going to say goodnight. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Oops, wait, I hate when that happens. Okay, bye.